it, I just run it up before I go. Would you tell the world my secrets if I let them flow? Feel my babies, sending action. These days no kumbaya, niggas be past tense. Living in the middle, this shit might drive you mad. Ain't it pretty middle, but this life shit ain't no bad. Bloody, bloody murder, there ain't no second chances. Just do what you wanna, live how you wanna, spit what you wanna, be who you wanna be. And I'm stunned till I get you just do what you wanna, live how you wanna, spit what you wanna.
Hey y'all, and welcome back to another video. It is Jatine with All Things Jatine, and I wanted to bring y'all along because last week I did upload on my 5 a.m. morning routine, and I just wanted to be very transparent with you all and let you know that I don't always have the energy or the capacity to wake up at that time, although it does give me the most productivity, getting things done early. It is days and times that I have found myself in a rut. So I just wanted to come on here and talk to you all about that and what I've done to help get myself out of a rut. So last year I found myself making some major goals, some things that I really wanted to accomplish within myself, my lifestyle, motherhood. And when I say lifestyle, I mean as far as making some changes, getting more active, taking vitamins, or whatever I need to be the best me. And I wanted to go ahead and get started before the year even began. So I started this very early. I mentioned before that I've been able to lose 80 pounds and keep 80 pounds off, and well, over 80 pounds. And it didn't happen overnight. So when it came to me being stuck in a rut, I had to sit up there and put some things into perspective. Like, what is causing me to be in a rut? Like, why do I not feel like doing this? And this is where I started the journey of like, okay, all right, it's come on, girl. So the very first thing that helped me snap out of my rut was some self-reflection. And for me, I always felt like most of the time when I found myself in a rut, I always felt like I would be further along where I had been. For instance, if I sat up there and ran a half marathon, I want to be cut. I want to be toned and all of that. Now, let's just be honest. I'm not at that phase. I'm not a runner or anything like that. But for me, that's how I think and that's how I process. Like, I just had a week of where I went very strong. I was very consistent. And you mean to tell me I still got this roll on my back? I don't like that. So I had to sit up there and give myself some grace, because it's not all the time that I give myself 100%. But that's where I found myself digging myself out of a rut, because of the simple fact I am a mom of 3 and I'm a single mom of 3. So a lot of times we help and rely on one another, as far as me and my daughters and I. So when it comes to my lifestyle, my health and fitness and my wellness journey, it's not just about me. I can't keep stopping. Like, I think to myself, like, I've come very far along. There's still some imperfections that I find within myself, but I'm nowhere near where I was a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So with that being said, it just makes me want to go harder. So I do some self-reflection. And then number 2 is, do you have the capacity? Or are you pushing yourself too much? If that is the case, take a break. It's nothing wrong with taking a break. There's nothing wrong with having a calendar to sit up there and say, on this day you're going to do X, Y, and Z. On this day you're going to have a break. Because now I'm a sports mom. My daughter runs track. I have a daughter that's in the honors club that twice a month or more sometimes they meet as a school. And then I have my toddler, who, I know y'all love y'all good niece Taylor, but she's a handful in itself, like a mile a minute every day. So with that being said, listen to your body. If you need to take a break, if you need to take a week off, sometimes those resets help reassure you of where you need to go. Sometimes you need to sit up there and take a break off to get the proper rest for your body, or you will shut down. it's a reason to why you feel like in a rut sometimes, and you have to be aware of that self-awareness, that always got to be on the go and all that. I can't operate like that anymore, me personally. Number 3, are you properly planning? And when I say properly planning, I mean my kids go back to school tomorrow. They were on vacation for a whole week, and I had to go out and restock. We did a whole restock before, but now, like, do you have the proper things? I feel like even when I started my journey, if I didn't have the right tools at hand, I was off track and picking up whatever was convenient for me. So with that being said, I know what their schedule is. I know that my daughter has practice on certain days. So on these days, am I able to implement working out? Am I able to implement something that I didn't necessarily get done the day before? And this is why I say routines work for me, because when I do not feel as productive, I know I could either get my laundry done, I can get something done for the kids, or I could have them. I always know what days I have what done. And if it's a day to where I know I have track practice or honor society for my daughter, then I know that I may need to go ahead and bump up laundry a day before or wait a day after to get that done. So proper planning always helps for me. It doesn't necessarily throw you off your goals that you may have for the rest of the year. Like for me, I didn't even realize that, but I was saying that I wanted to be down another I think it was like 11 pounds, and I'm 8 pounds away from that. So with that being said, give yourself grace again, and don't be so hard on yourself. Like, you are doing the best that you can possibly can, but you're going to get out what you put in. And that's the last and final thing that I want to bring to your attention, is the fact that any amount of progress that you're going, like if you say that, let's just have an analogy. I'm walking to my mom's in Alabama. Now, I live in Georgia, and it's 5 hours driving. But I know that eventually, if I keep going in the right direction, it might take me a year, but eventually I'm going to get to my mom's house, whether I'm walking or by car. But if I keep stopping, if I keep turning around, if I take months to get there, like, I may miss whatever I'm going to my mom's house for. I may miss, like whatever I'm going in or heading in that direction for. And I just feel like I've come too far to come this far. And these are like things that I tell myself all the time. Like, if you want to push yourself to be the best, you gotta work at that every day. It's not just a one day you wake up and things change. You can't just look at somebody else's journey and say, oh, Mary Ruth lost this amount of weight, or she looks great, she toned in this amount of weight, because Mary Ruth's lifestyle and routine and habits may be a little bit different than yours. And eventually, like I said, you will get there. So I hope that this video has helped someone to keep pushing to get there. Do things that you enjoy doing. Like, if you have a goal and working out or eating right wasn't a part of your childhood or your lifestyle, find something that you like to do. I know that when I was in Delaware, I used to love going to like workout classes, but even when it came to that, I was not always consistent. And like I said before, when it comes to food, don't eliminate everything all at once. Like, if you feel like you're on a diet and you gotta remove everything that is like your comfort, like, how fun is that to sit up there and remove everything? I do not restrict myself. If anything, I will remain on a calorie deficit. If you ever look up like how to like get in shape or lose weight, it's always going to boil down to a calorie deficit. Like, are you eating less than what your maintenance calorie allows you to? And if you are, you're going to start losing weight. Eat more protein. I just seen a video the other day, and I don't know how accurate this is, so don't quote me, but they were basically saying that a lot of times they push having more protein in your meal prep and meal planning, because protein will keep you full longer. And they said something like, let's just say for instance, you don't break down the full thing. So if you have 100% of protein, you're only really breaking down to, I ain't even gonna hold y'all, I don't remember what they actually said, but it made a lot of sense when I heard it. But I'm gonna stop rambling and I'm gonna end this here. But I hope you found something that resonated with me and you consider subscribing to my channel. I also have another video coming up. I always want to give a little bit more, but I want y'all to come back. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and I'll see you guys on the next one.